Summary of Ageless Marketing. Strategies for reaching the hearts and minds of the new consumer majority. By David B. Wolfe with Robert E. Snyder. Aging and advertising. Aging is having a profound effect on marketing, which is the process that generates the customer demand necessary to pull services and merchandise through the American economy. While U.S. marketing is widely acknowledged as the most sophisticated in the world, it has recently come upon challenging times. Notably, a 1999 study found that TV advertising returned only one-third of the amount invested. A 1995 study said 70% to 80% of new product introductions are very expensive flops, with net losses up to $25 million per product. Yet despite poor results, corporate marketing budgets are increasing. One analysis of 20 industries found that selling, general expenses, and administrative costs now account for more than 40% of each sales dollar. Higher ad bills and lower results have helped contribute to faster client turnover at marketing agencies, where the average length of client relationships has dropped from 11 years to 2.5 years. These broken relationships contributed to a decline in ad agency revenues in 2001 and 2002, the first consecutive such decline since the 1930s. Technology, which has fueled productivity gains in other industries, produced the opposite effect in marketing. Costly, customer relationship management, CRM, programs, which collect and collate vast customer transaction data under the guise of automating marketing activities, have been expensive failures. The Gartner Group found that half of all CRM projects fail to reach their goals. If marketing is so sophisticated, where did it go wrong? A major part of this problem is that Madison Avenue has failed to acknowledge the importance of the aging American consumer. Instead, major agencies still rely on age-based marketing in which consumers and ad campaigns are segmented by age. By definition, this tactic focuses on one group at the expense of other large demographic segments. Commonly, many campaigns focus exclusively on younger audiences based on the mistaken belief that if consumers adopt a brand while young, they will remain loyal to it for a lifetime. New marketing calculations. To remedy wasteful advertising and marketing campaigns, marketers should re-evaluate some basic concepts. Aging American baby boomers, 40+, are now a majority of the consuming public, numerically and fiscally. Aging consumers have passed the acquisition stage and now make decisions based more on subjective, rather than objective, factors. Marketers should note that, for older people, decision-making is not black and white as it is for younger people. It is grayer, more shaded to incorporate their greater experience, and is subject to what behaviorists call non-observable variables, such as emotions and value-related criteria. Broadly speaking, distinctions between consumers based on age can be categorized by the 4 seasons of life: spring, childhood age 20, summer, 20 to 40, fall, 40 to 60, and winter, 60+. Each season is the culmination of previous life experiences and produces a distinct developmental and life story theme. Adults in their summer season become self-actualized through work and look for challenges. Fall season adults seek a balance between work and play, acknowledge their limitations and begin to question life's meaning. Winter season adults acknowledge uncertainty and irony, and seek to synthesize their individual life experiences. Seasons and values. These stages of psychological maturation affect a person's worldview, motives, thinking style and, in turn, needs and the tactics for satisfying those needs. As people enter their fall and winter seasons, they join the new customer majority and increasingly base their purchasing decisions on difficult-to-quantify factors, such as attitudes, beliefs and values. Through the use of value portraits developed by J. Walter Thompson's Mature Group and Market Strategies Senior Research Group, researchers have found that consumers can be categorized to help determine their marketing behaviors. Relying on these values, as opposed to other demographics, is a better approach to market segmentation since values are stable and indicate desirable lifestyles and behaviors. Understanding consumers' values provides advertisers and marketers with the high-quality information they need to construct effective messages. For instance, studying values allows strategists to do a better job of identifying market segments that will feel the greatest attraction to particular products or services, and to position products and services better by capitalizing on strong emotional ties. To ascertain older consumers' values, researchers used numerous attitudinal surveys to distill 34 separate values in 13 subject groups. Key values for winter season consumers were self-respect, family ties, faith and religion, and the need for warm relationships. For fall season consumers, altruism, family ties, intellectual curiosity and psychological well-being ranked highest. Even given the similarities among these values, researchers found that individual experiences determined the differences in the intensity with which these values are held. Turning values into campaigns. Using value portrait research, marketers constructed actual campaigns which successfully engaged older consumers. For example, to increase the occupancy rate at a senior citizen residence, average dweller 84 years old, an agency repositioned the facility by stressing its intangible cultural and intellectual benefits, aside from its physical amenities. The agency increased sales through lectures, seminars, book signings, national public radio sponsorships and a newsletter. As an ancillary benefit, more residents also began to attend in-house events. Marketers working with consumers in the fall and winter seasons of their lives have greater challenges than those working with younger markets, since older adults are often more complex and interesting. For instance, older adults seek product satisfaction, which is not only temporal, episodic, but more importantly, enduring, ambient, that is, it makes a long-lasting contribution to what they value in life. This enduring satisfaction is emotional and has much greater power in the marketplace. This may help explain why Harley-Davidson motorcycle owners keep their bikes long after they are no longer able to ride them, demonstrating emotional connection, while the bikes also appeal to a younger market. Positive self-perception is another hallmark of ageless marketing. Advertisers who succumb to clichés about older consumers have produced some expensive marketing flops. Take the case of Johnson & Johnson's shampoo for over 40 hair, Gerber's Pured singles, food for denture wearers and the Campbell's Senior Singles soups. All fell victim to marketers who targeted age and conveyed a negative image of older consumers, rather than focusing on their product's values. With research, the marketers would have discovered that these customers respond less to materialistic, narcissistic messages and more to messages about emotional opportunities or life-enhancing experiences. Romance, sexuality, creativity, the desire to share wisdom, compassion and vitality constitute the new face of older Americans. The desire to purchase things or services merely for the sake of owning them ranks far lower. Traditional marketing derives results from research and statistical analysis. Ageless marketing relies on behavioral science and how the brain reacts to emotions, words, visuals or many of the non-observable variables that behaviorist social scientists have difficulty quantifying. When choosing words, symbols and images, marketers should construct messages which penetrate the subconscious and thus arouse emotion and elicit sustained attention. For winter and fall consumers, this means a message covering both the person's interests and the product's salient features. Such relevant messages stimulate intentional attention, which is more powerful for second-half consumers than dazzling, pulsing ads aimed at younger people. Creating campaigns that work. For a successful example, note Saturn car ads, which focused on how workers and customers helped shape the product, as opposed to dwelling on a quantitative product focus, such as engine life. McDonald's created successful empathetic ads using all ages, races, and ethnic groups in social settings, as opposed to Burger King's ads, which focus on price. Hallmark effectively uses TV ads that sell cards by using relationship vignettes. Such successful ads create an emotional response that is essential to connecting a marketing message with a consumer's personal interests. Creating emotional arousal, housed on the right side of the brain, stimulates the rational left side of the brain. Argumentative ads are less effective than emotional ads, which create a fertile foundation for establishing credibility and, then, believability. In these ads, storytelling is more important than the narrative approach, especially when the brand is made interesting and then used as a character in the story. Applying knowledge about lateralization, or the distinct roles of the left and right brain in human thought, has also produced some startling marketing results. Charities, for example, often start their solicitation direct mailings with a story or vignette to elicit an emotional, right brain, response. This is then followed by numeric specifics, left brain, about what a donation will provide a hungry child. By using appropriate seasonal symbols to create an emphatic bridge between the two messages, marketers can use the brain hemisphere concept to create an emphatic connection with the right brain, and complete the message with facts that appeal to the left brain. Using this principle should help marketers create materials which are appropriate to their target audience's season of life. For example, marketers could borrow a technique from the acting teacher Konstantin Stanislavski, a proponent of method acting, who urged students to draw on their own emotional experiences to create emphatic connections with the audience. Stanislavski reasoned that by drawing on personal experiences, actors would inject their own personalities into their roles and could potentially arouse emotions in the audience. This was a distinct break from older acting methods which taught actors to leave emotions behind and take the playwright's direction. Marketers can adopt Stanislavski's technique to create a method marketing approach, substituting products for actors, but with the same goals in mind. Marketers also should demonstrate their product's personal relevance to the buyer to open the possibility of establishing a long-term relationship. Brain research has found that brand names evoke signals in the emotional right brain, which then creates associations with the consumer's other ideas and experiences. As a result, brand awareness and loyalty is emotional, right brain, rather than rational, left brain. Believability remains the core concept behind all successful marketing and advertising. Once it is established, brand bonding can happen as soon as consumers have a positive product experience which they want to repeat. This provides the basis for brand loyalty. To establish believability, a campaign should be founded on three basic attributes. 1. Conversational reciprocity, authentic listening between companies and customers. 2. Reciprocal empathy, a form of having empathy for a brand. 3. Reciprocal vulnerability, acknowledging that companies can make mistakes and are not infallible. Knowing what drives consumers at each stage of life is the basis for creating effective messages which span all age groups. In other words, it is the foundation of ageless marketing.